Al Gharafa versus Al Ahli. Welcome to the 8th round of Qatar Basketball League. This is the last round of the first half of the season. So the game will be broadcast to you from our live stream from Qatar Basketball Federation. This is between Al Gharafa and Al Ahli, and a very important game. Al Ahli with a record of 4-3, and the same will be for Al Gharafa. So both teams are very close. We're expecting a high intensity game. These are the lineups for the two teams, with Gharafa having number 1, Joshua Caldwell, number 22, Ferron or Trey Basse, number 10, Raslan Al Abdallah, number 11, Aaron Nelson, and number 10, Mohamed Youssef, or Papis, as we all know him, as we all know him from Qatar national team, and his presence in the league. In his first year with Gharafa for Al Ahli, Jeff Newberry 22, Luis Monks 0, Roundtree number 3, Milud 20, and Hamza Kurtovic number 10. As you know already, and you'll see him on the bench, Seydou Ndoye, the captain of the team, he's out for the next 1 month due to an injury happened in the game versus Wakra. So let's hope we're going to see an exciting game between these two teams. Gharafa has been dominating the league for the last 2 years. Ahli is up and coming. The last 2 seasons, they are trying to reach the top. So this game is very important to end the first half of the season in a positive note for both teams. Caldwell posting Monks, good defense. Raslan Al Abdallah for 3. The rebound goes for Monks. Rebound will be key for Al Ahli in this game, because Coach Panagiotis Fotinakis doesn't have his captain and his best local player, Seydou Ndoye, so it should be a team effort. And let's see if Gharafa will try to take advantage of this. Hamza Kurtovic's mid-range shot, he's good on this, and he starts on a very positive note. Al Ahli doesn't only try to win games, but this year, starting from last year, they give time to their younger players like Hamza Kurtovic, Hamza Latar. It's a team that it's in the top 3 in the youth categories in Qatar, with Al Gharafa, respectively, and Al Sadd. Jeff Newberry, the drive. Hamza Kurtovic is there. 4 points for the 19-year-old center, who has an excellent presence so far, covering for Seydou Ndoye. Turnover from Ferron Basse. We don't see Abdurrahman Saad on the starting lineup, the captain of Gharafa, the best player, the top scorer of the team. So Ahli starts in a good note. They are up 4-0 with the unsung hero, Hamza Kurtovic, Jeff Newberry, Hamza Kurtovic for Roundtree, attacking the closeout. Milud has 2 seconds. The Prince trying to shoot the block. He gave the ball to Hamza Kurtovic. Raslan Abdallah Basse wants to go inside. This is the plan. Gharafa will try to fill the post with Nelson and Mohamed Youssef, taking advantage of the difference that there is in the age and strength. Already Aaron Nelson, nice move, a nice pass from Josh Caldwell. First basket for Al Gharafa. Monks with Caldwell. Tries to score. Milud is there for the offensive rebound, and he will take it. Roundtree attacks the closeout. Nice cut from Newberry. Excellent ball movement, but Milud is not executing or passing, so 3 seconds. This is what makes furious. Nelson, Raslan, the steal from Milud. slow pass. And Newberry on the weak side for Roundtree. Roundtree for 3. Rebound for Nelson. Wakra is trying to score. They have only 2 points. Inside, nice high-low end one. The second foul for Hamza Kurdovic. This is what hurt most, I think, Coach Fotinakis, since he doesn't have options on the bench on the big side. For the big guys, he has Omer, who is a very experienced guy, but Hamza is the choice of Al Ahly to play. On the other side, Coach Kusai still will continue with this lineup. Abdurrahman Sadki is back on the bench, so shortly, most probably, he'll play. Manx, they break the short pressure from Raslan. Manx with Caldwell. Switching on defense, Roundtree for 3. Teron Basse runs. Raslan, they continue with this high-low. And the turnover still from Milud. And the alley-oop dunk from Manx, from Jeff Newberry to Manx. Ahly is up by 1 point by stealing balls. Aggressive perimeter defense from Milud. Basse for 3. This is his job. He has 7. It was 7 out of 11 in the big class against Arabic. He guided his team to the victory. Tre for 3 or for 3. Newberry tries to respond. He will not. The rebound from Kurtovic will go to Al Gharafa. Basse with Roundtree. Nelson. He cannot. Milud is helping on the rebound. You see 3 players were blocking out the big Papis, big Mohamed Youssef. Papis is attacking, and the foul from number 10. Wow. For Hamza Kurtovic, this is his 3rd foul. And Omer automatically will insert himself in the game. Hamza Kurtovic didn't protect himself in this situation when Mohamed Youssef attacked. So 1st foul for him. Caldwell for 3, will make it. Gharafa is up by 5. And now without Kurtovic, they need from Omer to cover both offense and defense. Kurtovic is the first scorer, the top scorer of this team with 4 points. Very nice effort, and he will score. Aaron Nelson with Omar. You see the defense of Al Ahly takes advantage of they take a gamble, as we say, not defending Raslan and Abdallah, and they go deep, try to protect their paint. The player of Raslan and Abdallah is covering more inside. Milud gives some help with Manx. Roundtree. Jeff Newberry from the screen, switching with Caldwell. Post up against Raslan. Nice move from Manx. This is his game. Excellent read on the defense. And to the deflection from Milud, who plays great defense. He has already 2 steals and is very aggressive on the glass. This is the team effort that we said that Al Ahly will try to, needs to have against Gharafa without Seydou. Aaron with Nelson with Omar. A piece for 3. Rebound for Newberg, who's excellent rebounder. Good defensive transition from Gharafa. Milud with a three-pointer. Rebound from Basse. Basse sees an opening. Will go inside. Strong defense, and the end one for Nelson. And a technical foul for Omer. 2 fouls on one possession for Omer. Very experienced player. He throw the ball out of frustration. So 5 team fouls for Ahli, all of them from the 2 big guys, from Omer and Hamza. It's 1 free throw, and the first free throw always is the technical, and now it's going to be the foul free throw. There is also a warning from referee to Omar that if he will continue to protest, it will be an ejection. He should be careful. Nelson for 15-10. Wood Nelson having a great game with 8 points. So far, the plan for Coach Kusai is working. He gives the ball inside. He takes advantage of the difference between the big guys of the team. Omar in his sweet spot. Nice defense from Roundtree. And now Manx with Ferron Basse. Good defense from Basse. He stopped the fast break. Manx didn't pass the ball early. And as a result, first foul for Gharafa, first foul for Basse. 3-01, and Manx could have passed the ball earlier. Newberry alone for 3. This is what they need, and we have an injury. The referees, I think they will count the basket. That's not got the hit. The basket, let's see if the basket will count. The basket counts, sure. The referee says they had to. They stopped the game to make the substitution. Basse, this is Mohamed Youssef. Lone Saad, who just entered. He's shooting 7 3-pointers per game in the last 2-3 games. Roundtree, nice ball movement. Milun from the top. Mohamed Youssef. Again, the high-low, the deflection. An offensive foul. Great defense from Omer this time, who reached. Let's hope that there is no injury. Omer put his body. He took the offensive rebound. He took the offensive foul. And Josh Caldwell looks injured. Hopefully there is nothing serious. It's a physical game so far. And Ahmed will enter. So the lineup goes with 3 big guys, because Ahmed is also a big guy. Manx Roundtree. Again for 3. Not the best option. He hasn't gone inside today. He has 0 for 3. Basse tries to speed up the game. Sad for another 3. He will make it. He was on fire in the previous game. 42 against Al Saad. And 19 against Al Khor. Smart defense from Papis, who just kicked the ball when Newberry tried to split the defense. Newberry, the pass for Omer and Milud. Milud will catch it. Milud will attack. Great big basket against Basse. He attacked, which is not his top part of the game, but he did it. He scored over Ferron Basse. Basse who tries to score. He cannot. Milud will run with Roundtree. And the foul from Omer Saad. Ahli is with Milud as the best player right now. He plays on both sides of the court. He has energy. Foul in the place of Ahmed. And Milud can bring the game to 1 point if he'll score the free throws. Milud has already 3 points. And now he's making 4, but he's present on defense, makes the difference with steals and deflections, help on the rebounds. Basse with Newberry, pass inside, the block from Roundtree, great defense. Mohamed Youssef passed where maybe Ferron Basse never expected this. Newberry, nice pass on the corner, excellent ball movement. Looking for the first 3. Roundtree is not effective so far. Saad will attack Milud. Airball, a great defense from Milud. And Ahli can take the lead. Newberry cannot. Roundtree blocks the ball and the alley-oop. And Ahli is not up. Wow. A lot of sloppy plays from both teams. It's an alley-oop. Rebound was clean, but Papi stopped the ball. Newberry. Roundtree with Nelson. Roundtree goes inside. He'll go 1-on-1. Difficult shot. Rebound from Mohamed Youssef. Now Basse will run 2 against 2. Basse, he misses the layup. And now Newberry. Ahli has all the time. And Gharafa has 1 foul to give if they will select it. Milud. Milud dribbling. Eventually he loses the ball. 1 second. Basse doesn't have the time to score. And in this up and down game, Gharafa is up by 18. Ahli 17. Let's see a little bit the numbers of this game, because it was like a lot like up and down. We saw some things that both coaches were furious afterwards. So far, Gharafa is using their big guys to score, with Nelson having 8 points. And then there is a balance with 4 points from Caldwell, 3 from Basse, 3 from Abdurrahman Saad, or from 3-pointers. And from there is no score from Mohamed Youssef, from Papis. And from Al Ahly also 4 points for Monks, 4 points for Hamza Kurtovic, who had an excellent start, the youngster, the 19-year-old center. But he got in foul trouble, 3 fouls early. So Omer has to take his place. 4 points for Newberry and 4 points for Milud and 5 for Newberry. This is so far what we have from these two teams regarding the scoring. It's a game that it's still open for everybody to take it. The winner of this game will go to 5-3, and they will be close to the first 4 teams with a very open second half of the season, because this is the 8th round of the league. Our referees will do an excellent job, and they try to do the best in a physical game, in a tough game. Qatar League is one of the top leagues in the region, having excellent level of coaching, having tough players, having strong games. So this is the key of a good league, of a competitive league, which is the last 3 years, the most competitive league in the history of Qatar. The last 3 years, 3 different champions. And let's see who's going to take it this year. Samal will try to defend their title. And Arabi, Gharafa, Rayan, Wakra, everybody will be on their pursuit. Second quarter, with Newberry tries to score over the screen. No. Rahman Saad, very good defense from Al-Ahli. Till now they take excellent rate on this. Inside, there are not a lot of things you can do. But on the perimeter, defense is top right now. Newberry attacks Saad, excellent drive. No help came. Saad now goes hard to the basket. It's the second basket of the game. Newberry. The foul from Aaron Nelson to Omar. Omar plays hard. He knows the league more than everybody. He plays more than 20 years. Omar will make the free throw, 20-22. And the second, Caldwell tries to run. Milud is there for the defensive transition. Omar sub for 3. And Roundtree is there for the rebound. Another chance for Ahli to take the lead. Against a zone defense from Gharafa. 2-3. Basse cannot fill the ball. Newberry saves it. Rebound for Caldwell. And the foul from Roundtree. Saad, let's see how they will run. Caldwell, they try to find the right angle to pass, which is Nelson goes strong inside against Roundtree. He has 12 points. He's dominating the paint. The plan for Coach Kusai works. But Al-Ahli is still standing strong, still fighting. Monks with Caldwell. They played together last year. And the three-pointer, and we have an even game, 24-24. They were the same team. They didn't play together. Basse finds an opening, a nice driving to the basket. Up Gharafa by 2. Newberry. The block from Abdurrahman Saad. He's a defensive princess there. He decided to stop the top scorer of Al Ahly, and he blocked him with his left hand. Excellent defensive effort from Abdurrahman Saad, from the captain of Al Gharafa, and we go to a timeout. Al Ahly requested this timeout to talk it over. So far, their plan is working. They're only 2 points down, and they play excellent perimeter defense inside. They cannot do a lot of things, having Seydou out and Hamza Kurtovic already with 3 fouls. For Gharafa, the question is to protect the ball. They make turnovers that they shouldn't with the level of players, and this is what is hurting their chances having a bigger lead so far. So let's see what the two teams will give us in the last 7 minutes. So far, it is a very close game as we expected. No subs. Also, let's not forget that Gharafa doesn't have their starting 3. Nedim Muslit, who's recovering from a shoulder injury. I hope they will have him by February, after the break for the national team. Mohamed Youssef inside for Nelson. Caldwell for 3. Al Ahly is closing inside, so I hope that they will not make the threes. They can play from Gharafa. Caldwell, very good defense, and gives the ball to Saad. Saad will attack Milud. Roundtree is there to send the ball like a volleyball block to the referee's table. Another 14 seconds for Gharafa. Double team. The pass is not coming through. Baptiste tries to force his way inside, to force the passing inside. Where Nelson is double and triple team. Roundtree, Monks, Caldwell. Pass for Omer, who is excellent spot shooter. 4 points. Al Ahly is the team with bench. As one of the teams that have options. You see Omer, how he plays today. Hamza Kurtovic, how he started. So, Caldwell with Monks. Abdurrahman Saad. The 3. The rebound goes for Gharafa. Defensively, Ahly is doing everything they want. Caldwell for 2. He's continuing to score. Josh Caldwell with 6 points. Roundtree with no points so far, but with great defensive plays. He's orchestrating all the defense of Al Ahly. Monks tries to take a foul. Nelson, nice pass from Abdurrahman Saad. I told you, it's a very physical game. Referees allows this team to play hard. That is most probably what their coaches wanted. Monks is discussing with the referee. And referee explains to him that he initiated the contact. It was not coming from the defense. Newberry with Monks. Miloud. Newberry. The weak side. Monks will shoot it. Let's see, yes. He sees the time. He cannot make it. Rebound for Bassey. Abdurrahman started with Newberry. Great athletes. And the foul from Newberry. Excellent Euro step from the top scorer of Gharafa. And he will go to the free throw line. It's the first free throw. His 5th point of the game. And makes the second. Gives the first 6-point lead for Gharafa. Newberry have 5 more minutes to go. The 32 Gharafa with blue, 26 Ahli with the white and green. Max is attacking, and Newberry stepped outside. To make a small step outside to take space. Miloud with Bassey. Bassey attacks. Nice defense from Newberry. He deflects. "12 seconds for Gharafa. Bassey with Miloud. Miloud is a great defender. Mohamed Youssef for 3. Rebound for Newberry. Excellent block out from Ahli. Newberry loses the ball. Takes a grasp of this. Miloud for 3. It's a long. Caldwell takes the rebound with the help of Papis. He has options. He sees Nelson. Excellent fast break from Gharafa, and a second foul for Andre. Hamza Latar, a 17-year-old, is coming inside. 18-year-old. Another hopeful for Qatar national teams. He has been member of under 15 and under 17. And he has been called and practiced with the men's team this summer. Nelson misses the free throw. Ahli is doing an excellent job in bringing players to their first team from their youth teams. His brother Essa Latar is also on the bench. Mohamed Zaidan is also on the bench, the son of the great Hassim Zaidan, assistant of the first team and one of the greatest players in the history of Qatar basketball. Gharafa also has done a great job with Raslan Al Abdallah and his brother Adam on the bench, Assam Walid, all of them with, from youth teams to the men's team. This is what Qatar is working very hard the last 2 years, in bringing all the players again to their first team for the clubs and of course for the national team. Bassey for 3. He hasn't shot for a long time, so he looks something cold. Roundtree looking for his first points. Jeff Newberry. Excellent separation for Newberry. The rebound for Omer. There is Hamza, who is fighting with Caldwell, but Caldwell is stronger. Let's see if he will go alone. And the dunk. Unbelievable play for Josh Caldwell. He is not only on fire, he plays at his best, both on defense and on offense. And he gives a 9-point lead to his team, resulting to a timeout from Coach Fotinakis. He wants to talk it over with his players. It's the first time in the game that they are not controlling the game, and Coach Fotinakis is also calling his player back to his bench. He doesn't want his players to have a discussion with the referees. They cannot change anything, so it's better to start playing, to hearing him, what they will do. Things are coming back with Gharafa up by 5, and they have a free throw with Caldwell, who has taken the game, especially with his defense. He's everywhere, and he scored on offense. Al-Ahli will try to find the ways to score with Milud sitting out a little bit to take some air. He's running up and down. He played all the defenses in the perimeter. Cal will make the free throw. Ten-point lead for Gharafa. Newberry. Omer with Hamza Latar. Hamza Latar is passing under the pressure of Basse. Newberry, driving to the left. Excellent defense from Gharafa, who has increased their intensity. Ranti now will press. Ranti with 2 fouls. 3 for Kurtovic and 2 for Omer. And 2 for Newberry. Nelson for 3. Sloppy play, but there is Mohamed Yusuf to save the possession. Rahman Saad passes everybody. Nelson is there to save, but he misses the layup, and Hamza Latar is there to take the rebound and push his team a little bit. 2 sloppy plays from Nelson, who is the top scorer of the team. Offensive foul from Omer. 3rd foul for him also. Ten fouls in total for Ahli. Nelson inside. Nice pass from Caldwell with a 12-point lead, and there is a warning from Nelson. No more delays of the game means that grabbing the ball and throw it to another place. He should leave the ball alone the moment it comes out from the basket. Newberry and 1. This is one basket that he was looking. He split the defense. And he attacked. Newberry with a 3-point play. Newberry goes now to 10 points. He's the top scorer of his team, 7 monks. 17 for Nelson, and nice pass from Basse, and he returned the favor from Mohamed Yusuf. Technical foul from Theron Basse because he delayed the game. And this is what Coach Kusai says to him. This is his 3rd foul, that he shouldn't grab the ball after the layup. He should leave it there. This is what we explained in the previous. Coach Kusai is thinking about making the sub. Newberry misses the free throw. Peron will go to the bench. He has 7 points and 3 fouls. 3 fouls for Gharafa. Already Ahli is on the foul limit, over the foul limit. And Monks, Brownfield with no points so far. Hamza Latar for 3. No, rebound for Monks, and the foul from Mohamed Yusuf, which is his 1st. Caldwell is also down. Again, we'll say it's an extremely physical game. Play for Hamza in the pressure of pass goes inside for Newberry. Difficult shot, the rebound from Mohamed Youssef and Abdurrahman Saad for Nelson. A great defense from Roundtree, who gambled a little bit, but he has the quickest hand in the league. So he deflected the ball. Aslan sees an opening. Wow. Floater. Mohamed Youssef and Roundtree wins. Newberry will go alone. No, rebound goes for Roundtree. And the foul. He cannot score. He has 2 free throws. .44 seconds. Ahli down by 11. 2 free throws for Roundtree. Roundtree with a free throw. Second one. Makes it. It's a 30-40 game. 44 seconds to go. Let's see if Gharafa will go for 2-1 possessions. Hamza Latar with Abdurrahman Saad, the present and the future of the Qatar basketball. 9 seconds. Gharafa took its time. Mohamed Youssef for Aslan. Nice move for Aslan. Excellent effort for the youngster. And the foul from Monks. 2 free throws for Gharafa. Excellent patience from Raslan Al Abdallah. He saw the clock. He felt confident. He made the shot on time, giving problems to the defense of Al Ahly since Roundtree was out and Aaron Nelson was alone for the rebound. He took the rebound and 2 free throws for Gharafa. 19.9 seconds. .40-41 with Nelson going to 18 points. Makes a second. 30-42. A sub. Coach Kusai will take out Nelson, who has 2 fouls. Putting Ahmed inside. And Ahmed will try to run with Newberry, attacking everybody. Excellent dribbling, but steals the ball from Caldwell. Caldwell will go with Ahmed. Abdurrahman Saad for 3. No. Ahmed for 2, and this is the end of the first half. 30-44. Gharafa played great in the last 5 minutes. They opened their intensity and they followed every rebound. So with the last, again, defensive effort from Caldwell and the hustle play from Ahmed. Gharafa 44, Al Ahly 30. See you in 14 minutes from now. So we're in the halftime break or halftime show with Sam Rico. Samuel, it's been a very competitive league. This is the most important thing we see so far. We see a lot of teams there are no undefeated team, which is I think important in every sport. When you see a league after the end of the first half, there is everybody has 1 or 2 losses and this is I think the goal for every league, to be exciting. This is what we need, what we're looking for, correct?
Of course, in any league, any close competition means you have a fantastic league, you have some fantastic officials, and you have great teams and players. And of course, the quality is very high. We have, I'm looking at the table now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams.
Exactly.
All on 12 points each. And then the others are on 11. So there's not much in it between any of the teams. And the for and against, again, they're all very close between each other. So it's I mean, out of all the competition teams that we have, it's very close.
It is.
It's anybody's call. It'd be too early. You'd be silly if you were to call, the top 4 or the top 2 teams at this stage.
Most probably it will be at the end of the first round, 4 teams with 14 points, and then you need to go to see other 3 teams or 2 teams with additional 13 points, which means that you have 6 teams on the grasp of the final 4, which is at the end of the second half.
So, Tassos, let me just for the sake of our viewers, I'll ask you a couple of questions about the competition itself. You can then answer them from your technical experience, because you are the expert in this after all. So we have what they call in Arabic here door 1, awal door, which means the first door.
Okay.
The first door means that basically is after 1 month of play. Mm-hmm. So after 1 month of play, how many teams have played how many times against each other?
This is a round robin, which means that we have, in the league, we have 9 teams, which means that you're going to have, each team going to play 8 games. Therefore, you have 2 halves. The first half, Mador, as we say, it's 8 games, consists for 8 games. Now, for Ahli, Gharafa will be the first teams that will end the first half of the season.
Of the second?
Yeah, of the first round,
okay.
Of the first half, because we go, in Europe it's different. We say, fixtures here we say rounds. So this is the 8th round of the first half of the season. The last 8 is the last round of the first half of the season. Gharafa and Ahli today, it's the last game for the first half of the season. They will go from Tuesday. We begin the next.
Okay, so they'll complete the final round of the first month, which is out of 8 matches.
Exactly. This is the first. We have 4 games to finish the first half of the season, the 8th round. So now it is the first out of the 4 games.
So when we go into the second round or the second half of the competition, that's another month as well? It also goes for exactly. 8 matches, 8 matches per team?
Yeah, we begin on the 7th of January. The plan is the regular season to end around 1 or 2 of February. And then we have the most exciting part of the season in not every sport, because soccer doesn't or football doesn't have this, but in most sport, the playoffs. You go, you're going to have the final, you're going to have the winner of the league, you're going to have the runner-up, who's also taking a prize in our league. And then you have the best team in the league and the best 4 teams in the league, which is very prestigious in Qatar, because it's not only who is winning, which is the most important thing, 100%, but it's also who is going to go to the first 4, the final 4, as we say, and it's going to be a playoff series in the semifinals, but the winner of the league will be decided in this court in 1 game, in 1 great final, in 1 grand finale.
So the playoffs?
The playoffs will be
grand final
on 3 of February, and the 8th of February, and 8th or 9th of February, we'll have the winner of the league.
The winner of the league. And then we go straight into the Qatar Cup, is it?
No, then we'll go straight to
the Emir Cup?
No, then we go straight to the window for the national team. So it will be until the window officially starts on 16th of February. So the team will start practicing on 10 of
We're talking about the national
February.
Team here?
Yes, the national team is going to have 2 games to start the Asia Cup qualifiers. The national team is going to play 2 games, 1 in Saudi and 1 in Iran, which is a very good opportunity for the team to begin with away victories, or at least try to do the best again.
What are the chances and the odds for Qatar at the moment in qualifying?
In qualifying, we have good chances to be one of the 2 top teams that will qualify directly to the Asia Cup finals in 2021. And but we need to explain to our viewers that there is the 2 top teams in our group goes directly to the Asia Cup, and the 3rd team will go to a last round with teams from East Asia, not like Korea or Japan, but teams like Thailand or whatever, Sri Lanka. And these 6 third-seeded teams, out of these 6 third-seeded teams, the 4 will go to the Asia Cup, which means...
So the first 2 that miss out here, any team that misses out on the first 2 during these qualifiers, get 1 more chance.
1 more chance, yes. It's like a second life for them.
Yeah. Okay.
And we need to know that we will have this time 3 windows, 1 in February, where Qatar is going to play in Saudi Arabia and in Iran. In November, Qatar is hosting Syria and Saudi Arabia. And the 3rd window, again, in February 2021, hosting Iran and finishing everything in Syria on the 24th of February 2021. in 1 year from now.
A very busy schedule for the Qatar Basketball Federation.
Of course, because we should not forget that we have a lot of action for 3x3. We have our Quest final,
Yes.
our World Tour, first of all, here in April. We have, of course, the pre-Olympic tournament in India, 18th of March, which is extremely important, of course. We have our 3x3 league that runs every Friday. And we will have also other things. 4 of April, 14th of April, in Kuwait, there is GCC games. Our national team, 5-on-5, is going to play again there. We have, after this event, the FIBA Asia Champions Cup 2020 GBA, which means GCC qualifiers in Doha in May. What does it mean? The champion and another team from Qatar are going to meet the champions from the Gulf area, Saudi, Oman.
So we like
UAE,
the best of the best.
The best teams.
Yeah.
So 2 teams will qualify for Asia Champions Cup, and this will happen in Doha, which is very important. I think it's more than 6 years that we haven't hosted an event like this for the GCC or GBA as from by FIBA. So it's a lot of actions, and in August 20, our under 15 national team, a very young, a very hopeful national team, go to play FIBA Asia qualifiers at GCC again. GCC Championship as FIBA Asia qualifiers. We do not know yet which country. I think it's going to be in Kuwait.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Tassos, the walking calendar for the QBF. Any questions that you have, please visit our website, see us on Twitter or Instagram. Send them to us. We'll gladly answer any questions that you may have. If you've just joined us, we're watching Al Ahli and Gharafa at Al Gharafa Stadium. Al Gharafa leading 44-30. It's halftime. And I thought I'd join Tassos in the studio. He looked a little bit lonely. I thought we'd lighten up the conversation a bit.
Company.
Yeah.
And some good company. You know, it's the quality more than the quantity.
So let's come back to this game.
Okay.
Gharafa leading by 14 points. Does the score reflect the match itself?
Let's say that the score reflects a small part of what we may expected from this game, since Al Ahly tries to find its way without Seydou Ndoye, which is one of the best young players that we have in Qatar, and the captain of the team. In the age of 20, he's already top scorer, top rebounder of his team. So we were expecting that they have some trouble adjusting to the big guys of Gharafa, who is one of the strongest team in the league. But the final result of the first half doesn't reflect the first 16 minutes of the game, where the two teams were very close, with Al Ahly playing excellent excellent perimeter defense, and Gharafa were trying to find a way to score inside using their weapons. So it was like more of a arm wrestling match, like back and forth, or a boxing match. But the last 4 minutes, this is where quality matters. This is where you have Abdurrahman Saad for Gharafa. This is where you have Mohamed Youssef. And they make the difference with the defensive plays, with the rebounding, with the scoring, and then let the Americans or whoever's going to score. This is where Ahli couldn't follow, because they have bench, they have options, but they're either very young, like Hamza Latar, like Hamza Kurtovic, or very experienced veterans like Omer. So players that usually you put them on the court for 3-5 minutes for, let's say, some mission they have to finish, like a rebound or some fouls like this. But using these players in the long term and during the game, this will affect at the end your game, and this is what happened with Al Ahly, because when Gharafa focused on their 3 more best scorers like Monks, Roundtree, and Newberry, this is where Ahly couldn't find score, and it's normal. You cannot ask an 18-year-old kid like Hamza Latar to make all the plays or whatever, but it's great experience for Ahly. Is doing a very good job this year also, again from last year. They try to focus on winning and producing the players. Gharafa is a different, let's say, ship. They go for the big things. They go for the titles. They are being one of the best teams in the last 5 years in the league. and they tried to, but he didn't produce a lot of things. Number 3, Aaron, he has scored only 1 point. This is the answer. Let's say by poor mathematics, with him or his average is like 13.5 points. If he has scored already 8 points, the difference will be down to 5, 7, or 8 points or something like this.
Previously, but they have the youth on their side.
Exactly. Again, an excellent remark. This is what Gharafa has been doing. Winning titles and at the same time bringing players from the youth categories. Number 10, Raslan Al Abdallah, his brother Adam, 44. Number 9, Asam Walid. Raslan and Asam Walid this summer were part of the men's national team already, and they are 19 and 18 years old. So
a big future ahead for them. And Gharafa, this is a credit to Gharafa who build on their foundation and use them. They don't let them go.
And they have also the older players, old player like Abdurrahman Saad, who is 24 years old. He's extremely old, as you see. He's 23 now. Abdurrahman is 90. Yes, he's 23 years old. And the co-captain, Nedim Muslim, another old player, he's 21 years old. So you have five players and age under 23 and down. And these players are important to them. They're playing. They're not just numbers or just a reference on the score sheet. They are part of the team. Abdurrahman Saad is their best player. Raslan Al Abdallah is the first coming of the bench. Nedim Muslim last year was the best player also. There you have it. This is the only way. What Gharafa is doing, what Ahli starts to do the last 2 years, bringing the players from the youth categories. Grassroots or taking advantage of young players, because
well, it's a benefit and a credit to any team that can hold on to their youth, build them up, and then use them in their national team, use them in their top side. I mean, this is what every team should be striving for, and in any sport, not just basketball.
For Qatar basketball, it's very important because this is a country with not a huge number of people. For example, you play against Saudi, you have 20 million people and you want to beat them. They have 20 million people to choose basketball players. So here you have a country that doesn't have even 1/20 of percentage that you can choose players. So you need to make the best out of what you have. We see not only those teams. We see Al Saad producing players. We see Al Waqra bringing now a series of young, very talented Qatari players. And you see all the teams. Arabi is trying to make a lot of good things with the young players. Rayyan is coming. Already have 3 or 4 of their starters and stars are coming from the grassroots. This is the only way you can do it. You can try because Qatar has a big advantage against a lot of teams in Asia. We don't have the numbers, but we have the quality and we have the knowledge. This is what makes us equal and better. If you're going to play against a country of 20 million, how you beat them?
How can you compete?
You beat them only because you have the knowledge how to make something better, because they have the numbers. So with the knowledge, with the hard work, with great administration from Qatar Basketball Federation, guiding teams to produce, to make something better, this is how you can win.
Absolutely. Well done, and thank you for those professional comments from you, as the teams now make their way to the bench after their warm-up, about to start the third quarter, which is the second half. Gharafa leading 44-30 over the Al Ahli club. Both teams, both sitting on 11 competition points at the moment. 5 teams above them on 12, and a few teams underneath them on 7 and 9 points. With us in the studio is, of course, the international technical expert, Mr. Tassos. Tassos, I hope I got your title correct.
Yeah, no, it's not. You know, what it's in Qatar Basketball Federation, what we have as not as a motto, but as a truth behind our work is that we are basketball people.
Yeah.
From the president, the secretary general, the board members, the people that work in the federation, they're all basketball people. They live and breathe basketball. This is not like the job or something like a hobby. This is part of their life. So this is what you can make something good when you have these people. it's not difficult to.
So if you had to pick a team at the moment, Mr. Tassos,
We cannot pick a team. Come on.
for this,
No, we don't.
you saw the first half.
Gharafa has the advantage.
You saw the half.
Gharafa has the advantage, has the talent, has the experience. Sure, they're up by 14,
Yeah.
but I don't count Ahli out. They're fighters. They know how to play good and strong perimeter defense. Let's see what happens. Let's see.
How old is Saad now?
He's 23 years old.
23. I remember
Going
interviewing him. I
24.
remember interviewing him when he made the national team back in 2017, and back then he was referred to as a veteran. He's referred as a veteran, but he's only 23 years old.
Yeah, exactly. And let's not forget that he's one of the top 10 players
In Asia.
in Asia, and which is great.
And that's Saad, the number 4 for Gharafa. There's been an injury.
Let's see what happened.
Number 20,
Jeff Newberry.
23 for Al Ahli, 22 for Ahli. He's down.
He's
Looks
opened
like
his leg. I think he slipped a little bit there, and he opened his leg, something in the groin. Hopefully, not something
maybe
serious.
groin, hip injury by the looks of things.
Dr. Azawi is there, checking him. Has been a very tough game, Sam. We didn't point this. I didn't point this. It's been a really tough game. We had Josh Caldwell got injured at one point. We had Trebasi falling down. We had Omer got hit. Raslan Al Abdallah also.
Well, I guess basketball is like any other sport. It's you want to win, and I guess the competitive nature of each player causes them sometimes to take action that may result in some serious injuries. Let's hope this one's not a serious one.
And it will be a devastating blow for Al Ahly, not only for this game, because they have already the injury of Seydou Ndoye, who will miss him for the next month, so he will come back in the Cups, which is their best player, their captain, and everything. And now going to miss their second best player and the best point guard, the only point guard they have. So this is going to be very hard for them to try to adjust on this without a point guard. Let's see how they will do it. With Luis Manx, number 0, will take the responsibilities. Number 3, Roundtree can do it also, but against such an experienced
let's see what they can do this quarter. Gharafa scored earlier in the start of the second half, taking the score 46-30. Al Ahli losing the ball down the other end. Gharafa with a 3-point. 2-point.
2-pointers. He stepped on the line. The one referee saw, that's why he mixed a little bit. The one referee saw 3, but the referee who controls the area saw 2.
48-30 the score. Al Ahli under the rim, couldn't get it in. Here comes the number 1 again for Gharafa. A 1-2 and off the glass. Nice play.
This is exactly the result of psychological result of losing your best player and your best point guard. This is the result. The first 2-3 minutes are very difficult, and it's very good that Newberry is coming back. These are very good news.
Just the observation from the beginning of this first half, Gharafa's on fire. They appear to have more cohesion than the Ahli club. Ahli have not been shy and have been competitive down the other end, but they just can't convert anything into points at this stage.
What Ahli can do in the next 18 minutes is try to be more aggressive on the perimeter, try to take some fouls.
Gharafa by 20 points, 50-30 over the Al Ahli club. Gharafa in the blue and yellow, Al Ahli in the green and white, running from left to right.
Number 3 they're missing. Number 3 has made everything on defense, but they want him to do it like he did now, but they want him to score on offense because only 1 point.
So they're asking a lot from him. He's gone for the slam dunk. Unfortunately, it didn't happen for him. He was down the other end defending. He made an excellent block, and he came here, and they expected to dunk it as well.
Yeah, this is what he hasn't produced today. With Roundtree not scoring, he's 13 points under his average. You cannot expect
He looks tired. If you look at him, he looks tired. He looks maybe fatigued a little bit. A nice flick pass.
Like, I don't know how it will sound, but like, let's say like bowling a little bit, because they have Mohamed Youssef, who is 2 meters 4 and 125 kilos, who is a force of nature. You have Aaron Nelson, 2 meters 9, 120 kilos. Another force of nature, you have Caldwell, who is close to 198 or close to 2 meters, and he's an extremely good athlete. And you go against a team that have guards, but if you see there is Roundtree, who's 2 meters 3, and then you try to improvise to find a solution. This is what Gharafa is doing.
Ahli certainly is struggling in defense to mark up the men and just to cover the passes. Gharafa, too quick, too slick, very fast, and seem to have better cohesion. Look at the silly mistakes. I mean, just something like this. I mean, this shows that the frustration of the Al Ahli club.
And shows the difference. Exactly. This is your remark is excellent. It shows the difference between the first 15 minutes of the game and now, where they didn't make a single turnover. They had sloppy plays on offense, but they didn't make turnovers or were disappointed. Now it's a team that make all the sloppy plays on offense, and they are disappointed and they feel like they lost the grasp of this game.
That was a good play from Gharafa's number 1. He came from out wide, saw the gap in the middle. The ball passed to him and straight under the rim for a layup, and he got it in.
I have to say that for number 1, for Josh Caldwell, it is his best game in Gharafa, not because he has scored 15 points or with 9 rebounds that he has, but he has been a great team player. He has moving without the ball. This is some problem that he had on the beginning with Gharafa. He was dribbling too much where they didn't want. They have Abdurrahman Saad, they have Teron Basse, top players. So how he plays today, this is what gives a blessing for Gharafa, because he moves without the ball. He doesn't over dribble. He plays unbelievable defense against Luis Manx, who is a top scorer. He continues. You see how easy he can make 2 3-pointers in a row. If
this is exactly what Al Ahli need to do. They need to go for the 3-pointers. The 2-pointers, they are struggling under the rim. in attack, but from out wide, if they can sink a few, they can pull themselves back into the match. So the score is 60-39. Gharafa leading. It's not that they can't do it. They can do it. They've got the talent and they've got the clientele for it. It's just their finishing still has a lot of questions.
True. But when you try to run against Gharafa, you have a lot of... It's like pick your poison at one point. There are too many options.
If you have a look, the Gharafa team, you've got 3 Gharafa defense players and nobody there from Al Ahli to cover, but they're under the rim waiting for the rebound.
Yeah, it's true. We have a break, I think, for the praying time.
The Adhan for prayers
yes,
happening in the background, so it's
Maghrib, I think, right now. They're calling for prayer, just to explain to our non-Muslim viewers.
The call for prayers is happening at the moment. So generally, what happens is they have like a timeout during this process. So anybody who wants to pray can go pray, but not the players. Correct?
No, it's
or it's just when the Adhan is sounding.
But out of respect, we need to stop the game, finish the calling for prayer. Whoever wants to go. After the end of the calling, the game will be resumed and teams will go to continue and end the match. Gharafa up by 24 right now.
So Gharafa coming out in this quarter, very strong.
Yeah.
Extending the lead.
14-point league and now it's 24. It's right now it is a 21-9 run from Gharafa. In the first 6 minutes of the second half. So
and looking at the Gharafa outfit, they don't even look like they're being pushed. They're not sweating. They're doing it quite easy.
They try to. This is a team that tries to, with Gharafa, what happened is that Abdurrahman Saad last year played only 3-4 games. So he had a surgery at the end of the season, and he came back playing first with the national team, then playing with. And he's even now he's coming close to 100%. Mohamed Youssef didn't play with the national team. He has an injury. He didn't start the season with Gharafa. He had 2 games out. So they try to find their way as a team during the season, during everything. And this is what you will see from Gharafa. They need their time. They need their time right now. And they have these huge victories against Samal and Arabi. Now you see how easy it is for them to play. If you see them the first 3-4 games with Ferran Bassi coming and they didn't know him, and Caldwell and Nelson came at the start of the season, after the start of the season. And this is a team in process right now. They're processing things, they try to find each other. The addition of Mohamed Youssef, who is the first year with them. And this needs time. But
Gharafa, Al Ahli really struggling to post some points and get the ball through the rim. It's become a chaotic situation for them. They've had plenty of ball and plenty of opportunity. And here comes another one. What can they do here? Number 22 under the rim, uses the backboard and it goes in. A nice piece of play there. But very rare play. This is coming for the Al Ahli club.
Nobody has a good season. Again, last year we saw him with Qatar club. And now I think what Ahli is expecting is Gharafa to slow down. Or like now, make some quick plays that it's out of Coach Kusai doesn't like them. So this is what Ahli is expecting them to do in order to cover some of the ground that they were missing.
The timing is all wrong. The Al Ahli club, plus you see the determination just doesn't have the same spark as the Gharafa club, and the Gharafa look like they're doing it very easy. It's a stroll in the park for them at the moment.
It's their game right now, and they try to do it with because we need to explain to our viewers that this team is going to play maybe 3 games per week. So you need to be in very good shape to do this.
Another intercept, Abdurrahman Saad.
And you see how the good teammate does it. Ferombasi could finish, go for his points.
I mean,
but he passed the ball to Abdurrahman Saad.
It's good vision.
He wanted his teammate to be happy, which is very important in a team that wants to win titles and not just put up strong numbers. Coach Kusaya explains to Trey that he likes the passing, but he said,
Coach Kusaya just likes to be on the screen. Every now and then he likes to see himself on the screen, so he makes a big scene.
He tries to find something.
So we can say, there I am.
He tries, to have his players alerted all the time, which is normal. And again, that's what you said. It's for Jeff Newberry, this is an end-one play. It's a 3-point play, but he got, at the end, he missed the last second spot where he could finish it and go for a strong basket. It's a little lackluster, the effort right now for Ahli. They played great for 16 minutes. So the moment they saw this was not effective, everybody started to feel a bit disappointed about the game.
Nothing disappointing about that shot there. 70 plays 42 with another opportunity to bring the lead to a narrow end by the number 22 for the Al Ahli club. And not this time. 43 seconds left on the clock.
Everything goes now for Gharafa. Nelson.
When you're hot, you're hot. And when you're not, you're not. And that's exactly what's going on out on the court at the moment. Gharafa is super hot, 73-42.
I think now it's a good chance for Coach Fotinakis to, and he does this, puts Ali, number 11, on the court, use his younger players more, help them take a lesson out of this game. And because it's a game of 30 points, you cannot return. So they need, and this is what a good coach is doing, taking something for its players, for the younger players, for the next game.
Definitely needs to make some substitutes. Of course, 30 points is really hard to recover in one quarter, especially the pace of this match and the way Gharafa are playing. You're absolutely right. I think changes need to be made. Give somebody else a go. The team you've had now for the 3 quarters, they haven't been able to produce. Can somebody else do that? Can some of these youngsters, can someone come up with something new?
This is what they expect now to...
Gharafa, would you expect the coach Kusaya to make any changes to the Gharafa lineup?
It's a team that, for example, for Al Khor, they didn't use their point guard. Ferombasi didn't play at all because Coach Kusaya read the game and he thought, let's give Raslan Al Abdallah his time. Let's give Asim Walid his time. They won by 20. This is if you are a coach like Coach Kusaya with not only flexibility but knowledge of his team and knows that this is the problem with the Qatar League is that it's a marathon with sprints. So you need to see when you will rest somebody, when give somebody more time. So now I think he will go to rest players like Mohamed Youssef and maybe Abdurrahman Saad, and give more time to some younger players like Raslan first. Maybe Asim Walid will see him like after 2-3 minutes. I don't know if we'll see Adam. Adam is really young. I mean, Adam is 16 years old.
It also could be a good chance for Gharafa to blood some of the young players sitting on the bench. I mean, you have a nice, steady, a handsome lead. And should you make the changes and you become the score becomes narrowed down a bit, you can easily also slip back your good players back.
Yeah, true. They did it with Al Khor. I mean, they give too much time, and at one point for all the youngsters, Khor came up from 25 to 12, inserted the more experienced players. In 2 minutes, was run up again by 20. Ahli is much better team that we saw today. And they will regroup. They will come back. This is for sure.
They've got a lot of work to do ahead of them, especially in this quarter, if they want to stay in contention. At the moment, they're right out of contention. They're traveling by about 31 points.
They don't want to lose big. This is normal, and you do in these games, blowout games. It depends how the coach wants to use them. Can use them as an example, so they'll come back very strong on Tuesday or Wednesday they play again, and he have the time to blast everybody, or just I think it's a team that they will regroup. They will regroup themselves.
And we've got the same start for the Al Ahli club as the last quarter, and it wasn't very promising. Let's hope it's not like that throughout the entire quarter.
It's going to be garbage time in the third quarter. No, it can be.
Good pressure on Gharafa from Al Ahli. There's no doubt about Al Ahli holding and receiving as much ball as Gharafa, but Gharafa are the ones who are transferring this possession into points.
Yeah.
Again, we see a ball off the rim, unsuccessful rebounder from the Al Ahli club. Is a runaway run and a push. Referee says play on.
This is what the referee has explained to Jeff Newberry, that he initiates the contact. It's not initiated by the defender. And this is a big difference between this and, in order to call a foul, the defender needs to initiate the contact, which was not the case right now. Newberry has 15 points already for Ahli. Ramsey was the big problem for Coach Fotinakis. With 1 point, and he's 0 out of 12 in shooting. This is big. And he's not their top scorer. And he did everything on their defense. The reason they were close was his defense. But the reason to stay close is they needed his offense. This is the, let's say, sorry for the bullying. Aaron Nelson is a very good player. He's 2'9", and Milud he's 189. So.
Gharafa still with a handsome lead at 76, plays 46, 30 points. The difference as Raslan fumbles the ball, and Al Ahli come up with it for a long pass. And from outside, again, unsuccessful. It's been a story all day for the Al Ahli club. Unlucky in many ways.
Yes, because all of them were good shots. I mean, there's been a good ball movement.
The lead-up play has been fantastic, but just the finishing just is quite not there for them. And this must be frustrating.
Exactly. Where Ahli is now 5 out of 27 and 3-pointers, which means 18% shooting. This is the answer to the 30-point difference. And Gharafa is 7-23. Low, but you see the 2-point shots. For Ahli, 12 out of 36. 2-point shot is usually the high percentage shot inside the basket or whatever. They are 12 of 36, 33%. You cannot be close in a game with this. And Gharafa is 57%, 23 out of 40. There you have it.
Well, the statistics speak for themselves.
Yeah, the numbers in this game, it's easy to read them.
Possession and shots.
Number 9, Asim Walid is inside for Coach Qbf for Gharafa.
It's a good feeling watching the Gharafa play under the rim. They have some very good understanding of one another. Gharafa now
49-78. It was a small, short mistake. As you said, Sam, the ball movement is there for Ahli. They do the right thing. They open the defense. They share the ball. They cannot make the shot.
I see the number 20 has been replaced by number 11.
They changed Miloud with Ali,
Yeah.
young player, and block from
Number
Hamza Latar. Raslan sees the clock. Excellent pass again. Excellent play for Raslan Al Abdallah.
Right on
again,
the clock.
in the first half, he saw that he had even 2 seconds. So he didn't force his shot. He passed outside to his teammate. He made the open shot with 0.5 seconds.
Absolutely. He didn't let the pressure of the time get to him as it was winding down. And again, right on time, right on cue. Gharafa, 81, that plays at 49 and intercepted by the number 22 for Al Ahli. And a nice underlay from underneath the rim. Still 30 points in it, Tassus. I don't see Al Ahli making any grounds on Gharafa. Your comments? Can you pick a winner now?
I cannot. A winner is basketball in every game.
Gharafa,
right we see the most important right now is to see Asem Walid, number 9. We see Hamza Latar, number 12 from Ahli. To see number 10, Raslan Al Abdallah, how they play, these young kids. This is what we want to see right now. And we don't see good defense.
And again,
Hamza Latar, he lost his play.
Nobody home allows Gharafa to hang from the rim. 83 plays 54, Gharafa over the Al Ahli club. Under 4 minutes left on the clock. With you, Samuel Rico and Mr. Tassus.
And,
we are
only something we need to see that for example, Gharafa coach Kusai doesn't want to he subbed Mohamed Youssef, who is 35 years old, and he will keep the 2 Americans inside. This is the right thing to do. Also, Abdurrahman Saad, maybe he's 23, but he's coming from 1 year out. He had the surgery in the summer. So right now, you don't need to push him more. This is excellent coaching. This is excellent splitting the time between your players.
Giving everybody a chance.
Ferran Bassi, for example, you don't need them.
Given the experience that's required.
Against Arabi, where he scored 32 points and was the MVP of the game. Slowed him down with Khor. Today, they used him as long as they wanted him. Let's go. Let's keep him out so he'll play in the next games.
It's a good ploy. We were discussing this only during the last quarter break. Kusaya, he's a fantastic coach. He's got a great pedigree. And he's got a nice history of success in basketball in Qatar and in Lebanon.
In Lebanon, of course. He guided the team in the World Cup 2006.
Yeah.
Where Qatar had their only presence as a World Cup. And as a result, they played against Greece in the first game of the World Cup 2006. A lot of connections down there, you know. Nice defense from Hamza.
So we can see an immediate spark in the Ahli club after the changes that they have made.
This is what the two coaches want to see. Raslan Al Abdallah, the floater. Wow. This is what now Coach Fotinakis also, who is excellent in using his young players. He wants to see Hamza Latar playing seriously. He don't want him to see sloppy or overdoing things.
Great piece of play there. Nice pass right across the other side of the boundary. No hesitation about sinking the ball in. He knew exactly what he had to do. And he knows he's running out of time. Only 2 minutes on the clock. 85 plays 62.
Quick, fourth quarter. This is a little bit of our league has the most games you can find. Not only in Middle East, you have the most games. It's a league has the same amount of games regarding the quantity per week, like in China or in Europe. And since you don't have the big rosters, in Europe you have 14 players, or in China you have 12. Here you have young kids, more to be like the player number 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. That's why you need to manage the time. There is a load management for everybody. So right now this is what both teams are doing. Even with Ahli hasn't subbed their professionals, their American players. Still they play now in 50% because you have a game on Tuesday, you have a game on Wednesday.
Obviously, he's preserving their energy for this match. No doubt, these players aren't supermen. They're not immortals. They do get tired. They do get injured, and they need to have a fair break before their next match, because it's a hectic schedule for them.
Yeah. This is something that we see a lot in leagues with a lot of games, or like in the NBA, for example, where when you see a game that's going out of hand, immediately, or a la toll, as you say, you don't push the team. You don't have to push your players for this. There is a sportsmanlike foul from, I think, Hassan Walid. Yes.
Al Ahli have sparked up in the last 2 minutes of play. They narrowed the score. It's 86-64. The new generation of subs have really made a big difference in this quarter.
True. As we discussed, they continue to fight. This is what they should do. Since the game is over, they should try to show something to their coach. The players, I think, adjusted to this.
And the subs want to prove that they should be starting. They shouldn't be on the bench. So they've come out all fired up. I'm impressed with this number 11 here.
Ali.
I'm also impressed with number 12.
Ali has scored 3 points, but he has a very good presence.
They've really sparked up the team. Him and number 12 over there.
Hamza Latar. Nice movement. The shake. This is Hakim Olaz.
I mean, why wouldn't you put these players on? I mean,
this is something.
Earlier on, why wouldn't you do that? And here's another intercept. And a slam. I mean, they are on fire this last 2 minutes. Unfortunately, they will run out of time. 86-69. They've come down from almost 40 points down to narrow the score to 17 points.
True. This is a good lesson for the young.
And all this just happened in the last 2 minutes. When I said there's less than 2 minutes left on the clock.
True, but it is a controlled damage, let's say.
Understand the damage is done, and there's no way of catching up.
It's a good lesson for the young players of Gharafa. This is what Coach Kusai wants to see. And it's good also for the young players of Ahli, because you don't have to stop. You cannot stop fighting. You cannot stop trying. Ahli cut the league from 31.32. Now it's to 15, and great sportsmanship right now. Gharafa will not make the last shot out of respect for the team that they have already been beaten, which is excellent to see. This is good basketball. The problem we have is that there is 1 second difference. Now, okay, very smart move, because you need to follow the sportsmanship from Gharafa and from Al Ahli.
And very good sportsmanship
for everybody.
Congratulations to Gharafa. 86. They've defeated the Al Ahli club at 71. Well done to Al Ahli, who never gave up, especially in the last quarter. Their subs, they were fantastic in their performance in both attack and defense. Unfortunately, there's only can be one winner at the end of the day, and today it's Gharafa proving too strong.
Exactly, and Gharafa goes now to 5-3, moves up in the rankings. Ahli finishes with 4-4, and we'll see those teams in the near future how they will do. Gharafa is a team that wants to go to the Final Four. Ahli has already the 4 victories they have is exactly the same record as they had from last year in the whole season. So it means that there is a big improvement, and we'll see more improvement as the games go by, even without Seydou.